Very weird.
T3 Media.
Through the media.
Well, prepare yourself, guys. This is Chris Fagan once again with another episode of Talking Through the Medias. It's Friday. I'm still trying to do the whole bi-weekly and figure out if bi-weekly means, twice in 1 week or every other week. So we're back here on another Friday. So I want to introduce two new members of the panel. I'm not saying that they're like here forever and a day and we'll be here every day. I'm hoping so because I want to retire. But first, let me introduce Amanda Wilson. Hey, Amanda, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm great. Welcome back to the show. Thanks for returning. So
I'm back.
I'm retiring. You're gonna yeah. Okay.
I know. Wait a minute. This was not a Social Security plan when I signed up to be on the podcast.
We'll talk about it. But also joining us for the first time is Chelsea the Pope.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. Thanks. Now I know it's your first time being on the channel, so you want to introduce yourself and let everybody know who you are, where you're from, and what you do.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Chelsea Pope. I'm from Rancho Cucamonga, but I'm in LA, and I make videos on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. I think the most recent thing that people might know or recognize me for is impersonating the press secretary Jen Psaki. And I just do a variety of random comedy videos, and that's my thing.
Yep, Jen Psaki, or as I told you, as I know her as Jen. Like I said,
Jen, yeah, because you guys are tight.
I said before we went live, I said that me and Jen go back like big crayons and big coloring books, and it won them over. Like, oh my God, really? I'm like, no, I'm lying my ass off. Of course,
yeah, that was a winner.
We're just blown away by that phrase.
I got her back like a chiropractor. I'm just saying.
Oh my gosh, there he goes again.
They just keep coming. I know.
Hey,
for the show.
I know a lot about a little and a little about a lot of things. But what I do know is, guys, we have three major topics that we're going to talk about from the week. Like as usual, we're going to run down them and give you our thoughts, our opinions about it. I mean, our 2 cents, whatever that's worth. And just, have a little chat. Like I said, it's Friday, we're here, just chilling, being ourselves. So, like I said, we're going to run through it real quick. So I'm going to read out the first one. I'm not used to it because I go a lot, but I'm going to do the best that I can.
It's okay. We're here to support you.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, they're definitely going to kick me while I'm down and make fun of me. See, these ladies right here, two professional comedians, and they're waiting for me to slip up. Like,
we're nice. Come on.
They're the nicest people in the world, but I just suspect that when I make a little mistake, they're gonna.
We're not there to like hit you in the back of the head when you stutter or anything.
We literally can't.
I know.
I can mute you, but no.
Can we DoorDash that? Someone to come slap you in the back of the head?
Or TaskRabbit it.
Yeah, Postmates.
Yeah, but can I get a Postmates for a slap in the head?
See, it begins. It's already starting. They're on a roll. Here we go. Oh, but let me start with the first topic of the week, and let's. Oh yeah, there it is. Sorry. So nope, that's not where it's from. It was from a Fox News report, I believe. Actress turned conservative political commentator Stacey said she has reconsidered her zealous support of former President Donald Trump, condemns the January 6th riots at the U.S. Capitol, and is going to give President Joe Biden a chance. Being a supporter of Trump has put me in some kind of box that I don't belong in, she says. But he's not the president. I'm going to give the president that we have right now a chance. Sorry about that. Some chiming in over here. Dash said in an exclusive interview with DailyMailTV, we have a new president. She added, Dash 54, who made her name playing Dionne Davenport in the 1995 Dionne. That's what I said. Davenport in the 1995 teen movie Clueless. Said that there was no longer a need for award shows of television networks that honor the black community. criticism when she said that there was no longer a need for award shows on or television networks that honor the Black community. Dash has also said that she thought that Black History Month should be abolished because there isn't a White History Month.
Oh
Suspended from Fox for cursing on air while discussing a speech former President Barack Obama gave on terrorism. I was the angry conservative Black woman, and at the time in my life, it was who I was. Dash told the Daily Mail. So, guys, what do you think about not my way of reading that, but just the whole story overall? Anybody wants to go first on this new development in Dash's evolution? I guess we're going to call it, if we're going to call it that.
I mean, I don't think that it's just who she was. I think it's who she still is. She just it's not what's in power anymore. So she's trying to walk it back because it's not going to get her anywhere right now. I
agree with that. That was the first thing I thought of. I thought that it was an opportunistic kind of a thing. Maybe this isn't working for me, or maybe it barely worked for me for the past 4 years, and I'm going to try something else. Or maybe maybe she felt like it worked better when it was Obama as president, and didn't work as well when Trump became president. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, because she's been getting criticism this whole time. So the criticism is nothing new. It's just all of a sudden now she's like, yeah, this isn't going over so well.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think, Chelsea? What do you think about this whole?
I mean, I definitely agree. I can't really speak on I don't know. I don't want to like talk out turn because it is so like entrenched in like the racial experience. Mm-hmm. And for whatever reason, I don't know whether her initial attraction to being sort of like counteractive to like more liberal policies I don't know what any of that has to do with anything. It does absolutely, I agree with Amanda, feel like more of an opportunistic move mm-hmm. than one of of having a moment of clarity about things. Yeah, I mean, if Trump had gotten a second term, would that interview have even happened?
Probably not.
It would be cool to think the best of people who see the light, or they realize that they're supporting a fascist, and it just feels like the timing of it is convenient.
Yeah. I agree. I just thought, I remember, coming up, especially from watching her in Clueless in '95, and then seeing there was a new show that she was on. I forgot what it was. Her last, it was a group of women, and she was the star, and then she was taken off in the middle of it. Was it, what was it called? Not Mistresses? Was that the show that she was on? Was it? I think it was.
I never saw her in anything like that, but I used to be at work during the daytime, so I missed a lot of those daytime TV shows.
It was, yeah. I don't know if it was on BET or not, but I remember she was on this show. That
would be ironic if it was on BET, now that she's saying that they should disband that network.
Either that or VH1. I forgot if it was VH1. I know it was owned by Viacom or something like that. Maybe it was on one of the other networks, but I remember thinking I loved the show. I liked it. I thought it was funny. I liked her on it. Then she left. And next thing you know, for some reason, we're just hearing all about her personal politics. And I mean, I don't care that she's conservative. I don't care that she's a Black conservative. But it just felt like when things started to go a certain way, then that's all she wanted. That's all she just dove into. Yeah. And now I guess that wasn't. Now I guess it didn't work for her that much on Fox, or just I guess for her personally. Now she's like, you know what? People are accusing her of trying to get back, into the back to her original base or her core fans. Like she's trying to get back into it. Oh, I'm seeing the light and accept me back in. But
yeah,
sorry.
Oh no, you go ahead.
No, you can go.
I was just gonna say, I think the more empowering thing would have been for her to have said something sooner, if she really, had said. I just think after the fact just feels so too little too late. I would hold her to the same standard that I would hold any other conservative pundit or Republican who was, sort of complicit to a lot of the atrocities that happened in these past 4 years. And I don't think it is an overstatement to say that without getting, I don't want to get too political because I know this is more like entertainment media, but yeah.
No, I was entertained by the audacity of the
it
was laughable.
It's certainly entertainment, that's for sure. Little tear dab, all that.
Any last thought for you, Amanda?
Well, I hate to draw the comparison because J.K. Rowling has been in a lot of hot water, deservedly so, but it just reminds me of when Voldemort fell and then everybody was like, oops, I was under the Imperius curse. I didn't really want to follow him. I feel like that's what they're doing now.
Again, it wasn't me. It was the power of the ring or something like that. Or if it was Lord of the Ring, like, I'm a good person. It wasn't me. And then all of a sudden you see that opportunity again. Maybe if Biden loses or something for a re-election, then all of a sudden, oh, you know what? I'm back. So yes. I feel like it's a bunch of flip-flopping based on where the tide is at the time.
Yeah, I feel like they are definitely the loose ships that are just going with the tide.
Yeah. Question is, guys, let us know what you guys think about that or any other topic that gets related to it. If you want to share your thoughts on it, put it in the box below and we'll talk about it some more. Maybe on We Got Your Mail. So I'm not going to read the next one. I'm going to ask man, if you don't mind.
Yeah, listen, this was already planned for me to read this one. So it's not, you're acting like this is because you had a bad read.
I had a bad read. Look, I didn't get the part, okay? I know that. I'll just see myself out. Thank you.
This story has actually been making me mad ever since I heard about it. So this one is from CBS in San Francisco Bay Area. Officers from the Las Vegas Police Department apprehended 24-year-old Malaysia King Thursday in connection with the incident on March 7th. The suspect, 24-year-old Arna, and I think her last name is Kamai. I haven't heard anyone say it. I've only seen it written down. But like me and Chris were saying, the police got it right on the booking, so it doesn't matter. But she remains outstanding, but informed police through her legal counsel that she intends to turn herself in to the authorities. A police source on Wednesday night informed KPIX that the two women were wanted for assault and robbery in connection with the incident. During the confrontation, which was captured on video, the Uber driver said the women called him racial slurs, grabbed his phone, ripped off his mask. And the San Francisco police also said one of the women sprayed what was believed to be pepper spray into the vehicle towards the driver after they got out. So this was that viral video that you guys might have seen over the weekend or earlier this week, where the three girls were in the backseat of the Uber. All that we see on the video is him asking them to get out, and then it just all hell pretty much breaks loose.
Yeah, that entitlement of oh no, you ain't kicking me out in the middle of the street. I mean, they just went real extra on
every second watching that. My blood was just boiling more and more. Think about the audacity of getting into someone else's vehicle. Yes, you're paying for the service, but they're also doing you a favor. Like you wouldn't have gotten where you needed to go otherwise, and you're treating this human like dirt. It just makes me so mad when people treat people who are doing a service for them like they are slaves and not service providers.
Right.
God, yes. I think it's you know, just between rideshare and apps and Postmates, all that courier work, I think there's already such a big problem to me of like dehumanization that happens. Mm-hmm. And I mean, these people, they already are really not making enough for, and I barely did Lyft for like a couple months, and I couldn't really hack it because I was doing it at night, and I was just, the worst people were getting in my car. And like, I can't even imagine if you had to deal with someone who was, I mean, I was too intimidated to like push back on people who were like aggressive about like adding extra people in the car, and just like, it's so easy to get taken advantage of in those situations. So when a driver puts their foot down right like that, especially when they're doing service work like that, you know, you got to know it's because they had to. Like, I'm inclined to believe it's because they really needed to, because like, you don't do that job because you like it. You don't do it. You don't get to pick and choose who gets in your car. You have to take what you get. And, you know, one bad review can screw up your whole, you know, I mean, that can screw up your whole payroll for, you know, it's already such a difficult system for the people who are beholden to it. And when entitled people, you know, act out, just Got it. Sorry, the sun just went away. Okay, I need to turn the lights on. Okay, there we go.
But no, I get it. No, exactly. It's just ever since like the pandemic started, it's like everybody's been saying like we're in this together. We're trying to all pull together, and we're gonna have to understand that things are gonna get hectic and tempers are gonna get flared up. People are frustrated. I understand it, but it doesn't give you the right to just, like you said, dehumanize a person like that. Like he's hitting, she's spitting, the coughing part of it. That's the part that made me go, no. I don't know how I would have responded. He had the patience of a saint, if you ask me. The way he responded.
Oh yeah, he was handling himself so well. He really had his head on straight because he wasn't letting them get to him the way they were trying to. They wanted to provoke him into doing something so that they could be the victims. Because even after that, she was trying to say that he was trying to harm them. And if the video wasn't there, then we wouldn't know who to believe. And it makes me so mad when people do things like that, like cry wolf, because it's so hard to get people to believe when something bad happens to you anyway. And then there's people out there like them who are instigating situations and then trying to play the victim falsely. And I hope those girls never get a ride anywhere ever again in their life.
Which is why I think she went for the camera in the first place. That's to be able to
to get the proof.
To prove to get the proof. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's nail on the head right there.
Yeah.
I want to hear from the girl that was sitting in the middle because she was so embarrassed, and I want to be like, how do you know these girls? How long have you been friends with them?
No, I thought that too. Go back and watch the video once. For a good portion of the time, but there was a moment when he.
Oh, did she act up too? I didn't see that.
She lifted her hand as if she was going to do something, but she did not. That's how I saw it. But legally, she didn't do anything, I guess, on that footage. But it looked like she was going to at first. Maybe if he would have fought back.
And it was sad because they were trying to physically attack him. And then I'm thinking, okay, if he does protect himself, then somehow he's going to be in the wrong as a man hitting a woman. But there was 3 of them coming at him from behind. Like, I felt really bad from him. But I did see that I think yesterday his GoFundMe had already gotten $50,000.
Let's wait for the lawsuit from
so at least he got something out of this because that was so wrong.
Let's wait for that inevitable lawsuit that you owe us half that money. Let's wait.
I know. I'm like, and GoFundMe is such a joke anyway. I'm like, he might see maybe 30 of that.
What do you think? Any final thoughts, Chels?
No, just the GoFundMe sucks. Women crying wolf and putting like service workers who are doing this job like these rideshare apps and all that, like they act like there's so many people who are doing this just like, oh, it's just a side hustle, it's just extra cash. Like, no, if you actually are trying to make money doing any of that, like you have to really, it's hard work and you get treated like crap 90% of the time actually. And that's just reprehensible behavior from garbage privileged people, which has just been happening throughout this entire pandemic, before that too. But
like I said, more nowadays, it feels like I understand. It's like tempers are flaring. I know people are frustrated with the whole thing with the masks and stuff. Like, I understand that, but we still have to keep ourselves in check. But guys, let us know what you guys thought about that whole thing. I know it's still ongoing. I know the story's going to update. I'll probably post a update on it on our blog at t3medias.com. But share your thoughts. Put that in the box below and let us know what you guys think, and we'll probably talk about it maybe again. Hopefully not. Maybe this will be the end of it, and it'll slowly, quietly just be prosecuted and they'll go away. But I have a feeling that there might be some development. But real quick, one of the last things that happened this week was, not to make this all 100% like a political show, but this feels like it kind of is this week. But we had a new bill that was signed into law. Was it yesterday? And like we mentioned earlier, Chelsea Pope has a character on her TikTok and her Instagram account that she didn't create, but she portrays. She plays not a character, a real life person. What is it, Jen? Am I saying the last name correctly? It's
Psaki. I was saying it wrong, and I was like already playing her.
So
it was like kind of like embarrassing. But also, yeah, I'm really not like an encyclopedia about the lady still, like, because I did another show where someone was like I was impersonating her, and like I got asked some like personal questions about Jen, and I was like, I don't know how many kids she has.
Like, do you know where like people just hitting you up on TikTok now lately? Like, do you know where she went to school and stuff like
I do get comments from people that are like, who like a disturbing number of people comment thinking I'm Jen. And at first it's like, oh, are they just kind of like joking? Is this a bit? And I think in like not enough cases that's true. And more often than not, it's people who are like genuinely like, they genuinely think that Jen Psaki is making TikToks in like a yellow kitchen, like making fun of the press briefings she just did.
Yeah.
Like, there are some dumb people in the world. I'm sorry. Like, and I'll get comments too. Like I'll get spammy MAGA harassment comments on like Instagram, TikTok, not so much Twitter, but I think Twitter filters, they have a filter setting for that. It's a little better than both of those other apps.
Well, I wasn't one of the ones that was harassing. I hope not, but I felt like I was the one that was definitely fooled. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw, I was like, wait, her name isn't Chelsea.
I find that endearing. I love that, and that's fun. Like, I do get a lot of comments where people are like, oh, you know, dead ass, I thought this was Jen, or like, oh my god, I watched this whole video thinking it was like that. I don't mind that. I don't, you know, I think that's great. That's like high praise and like a big compliment, and that's, you want to hear that when you're impersonating someone.
Yeah, the biggest compliment you can get nowadays, dead ass.
Yeah, dead ass. I just love the word dead ass. And now that I've heard it so many times as of recent, I'm just like, yeah.
It's a very New York thing.
I love it. It's like very like seriously, but like I don't know, like, because I used to say legit. I still say legit a lot, but like I legit think
dead ass is legit to the next level.
Yes, exactly. It's like more, it's more like, yeah, it's more intense. It's spicy.
If legit was a Pokemon, dead ass is the evolved form.
Yeah. Oh, so dead ass is the so dead ass is the Raichu, where legit was the,
oh my god, yes,
was just Pikachu.
You guys, I have to jump off. I don't want to interrupt you while you're doing your impersonation, so I want to jump off real quick before that. But I definitely am gonna watch because I'm really excited.
All right, yeah, I know you have to hurry and head out, but I appreciate you being on. So we'll
I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right, thanks.
Bye.
I wanted to. I know we talked about the COVID bill. We talked about how you get people who think you are my homegirl Jen. I'll just let everybody know right there. But like I said, I was one of those people that was fooled. I mean, so now you're saying that you get messages where people legit think, or dead ass think, that you are her. So like, what's the craziest thing that you not something that if you're not comfortable with telling?
Yeah, no, I don't mind. I have no problem. I'm always oversharing. I should be better about not putting all my business online. That's actually something recently I was like, I really need to be better about like just keeping my mouth shut sometimes, because I'll tweet, like I'll screenshot like the crazy comments and tweet them sometimes. Yeah. And I haven't done that recently because like I feel like I'm attracting a bad vibe.
People are gonna start thinking that the press secretary is calling people out.
Yeah, or just like my own like immediate friends, like comedy people that I associate with, especially on Twitter. I'm just like, you know, what kind of image is this really saying? Like, am I really portraying of myself? Like, where I'm being so reactive and sharing all that. Like, it's fun once in a while, but if you're doing it all the time, it just comes off really like reactionary and immature. And I am both of those things, but I don't want people to think that about me. Yeah.
No, or maybe there's a new segment or an account that you can launch, like Savage Jen or something like that, where she just.
I could. I mean, trying to play with her point of view, because you know, I made my first video on the inauguration, and I didn't really have a lot to go off of because I wasn't that familiar with her. Mm-hmm. So that's why I started initially sort of doing stuff where she was very like a kindergarten teacher and, you know, really soft and sweet. And then I'd done some more like like more videos where she's sort of like poking fun at some of like the sillier right-wing things that are happening, you know, like asking some very silly gotcha questions, or being asked about the Space Force, the Department of Justice, and not the Department of Justice is silly, but like, anyway, and now I'm at a point, because we're like a couple months into the administration. I think, you know, there are certain aspects of how this COVID relief bill in particular has been handled, unemployment, and you know, news about the Syrian strike. You know, there's some criticism that is coming up, and you know, that with that, and when you're doing political humor, point of view is like, you have to really know what you're putting out there, and like have a purpose behind it. So I guess my gen is having a slight existential crisis right now. But the right is, I mean, case in point, this COVID relief bill, not a single Republican voted in support of it in the Senate or the House.
But they all want credit for it.
Yeah, now they do, because it's been so widely, you know, I mean, it has, I know people who definitely have their reservations about it, myself too. But, you know, overall, we're thrilled to finally have COVID relief coming, for the love of God. And it's just,
how would Jen handle that? Like I was joking earlier, I was like, I'm like, if I'm from QAnon Inquisitor here, what do you have to say about the fact that Joe Biden just destroyed the country with this new relief bill? Like, how does the president have to say about this? Like, how do you think she would handle that?
Well, this country is very important to our president. And I would like to answer your question with another question before we circle back, which is, who let you in here? You're not a credible news source, and that chair is for CNN.
Okay. I would like to yield the rest of my time until I gather my my made up facts and have a better comeback for that. Thank you.
We do that. We never granted you any time to begin with, so no.
But it's crazy that and I'm glad that's funny how you're able to tap right into it. I think you're a perfectionist, because even when we were texting back or talking on, what was it, Instagram direct messaging, when I was asking about bringing this up, and you were like, do I need to bring the wig? I'm like, no, that's not necessary, but hey, if you want to.
I asked just because you know, I when I do Jen, a lot of it is just like without the shirt, because I have like one or two specific blouses that are Jen blouses, and I have the wig. Right. But beyond that, I don't actually change my own voice that much. I have kind of a deeper register already. So I just tilt my head to the side, because that's her listening. And then I talk in I try to talk in her cadence, but my impersonation is almost tapping into like a slightly cartoonified version of like how I would speak as Obama a little bit, if that makes sense. There's a little bit of like a marriage between those two cadences, if that makes sense, when not necessarily when you listen to actual Jen talk, but like my impression of her, and people who seem to like really respond to it, they like this particular tone. And it's like, oh, I'm actually kind of doing something that's a little more Obama-esque, because he talks with he doesn't do the ums and uhs as much like Jen. And I'll acknowledge, just as much as I think she would, that she says and she does do fillers, and she does say circle back a lot. But she also will linger on a few different words for a moment and look around the room as she is answering the question with great reverence to who she is answering for. And it's like I don't know if that made sense. Like, I feel like I went like way over talking about it, so I'm sorry.
So guys, for this part of Talking Through the Medias, I want to thank you guys for joining us, and for Amanda Wilson, she had to dip out a little early. So she said has to say bye, and we thank her for joining us. You can find her at Amanda, that's AMAD, I think it's DUH, Amanda _Wilson on Instagram and on Twitter. And Chelsea, if they want to find you online, where can everybody find you?
Cool. So they can follow me. Twitter and Instagram are at Chelsea the Pope, and TikTok is at Chelsea_Pope.
Awesome. Wait. And if you guys were looking for me, I know you guys don't care where I'm from. I know I have a punchable face, so people don't care where I'm at. But if you do want to look me up, it's Chris Fagan 1980 on Twitter and on Instagram. So let me close this part of it out, and then just look for maybe a few questions that we'll answer on We Got Your Mail. So give us 1 minute. We'll be right back.
If you like what you saw, make sure to subscribe to the channel and please drop a like on this video. It really does help us. Also, don't forget you can turn on notifications so you don't miss a single review, react, why is that trending, or We Got Your Mail.